Welcome to my 12 Days of Christmas playlist. Simple woodwork projects made out of scrapwood and offcuts, aimed at beginners with my usual standard of that'll do. So here we are then, day 7 of my 12 Days of Christmas, and it's time for the most simple Christmas tree you'll ever see. We start, as always, with scrapwood and offcuts, and looking at this piece here, this is part of my everlasting glue-up scrap offcuts, and the end of this project you'll see why I've decided I'm going to make some more of those glue ups. So we start with a 15-degree cut on the miter saw, chop off one end and then repeat. Now I gotta be honest, I probably could have stopped the video here and said there you go, paint it, finish it and publish it, but we're going to make a full video. So here we go, repeat cut on the other side, and I'm going to cut loads of these because I thought, why not, let's make a forest. So as a beginner, I suddenly remember a stop block is your best friend for repeat cuts. Could make a jig, other people have made jigs, but the reality is just a stop block, and it would help if your clamps were somewhere near where you're clamping. Mine aren't. And we're back in business again. Do all the 15-degree cuts first. We're then going to reset to 0 to make the tree trunks. Now I made mine by eyeball, but you must use the same offcut so that the thickness of the tree trunk is the same thickness as the tree. You'll see what I mean towards the end when I do the gluing up. Beginner woodworkers, make note here, use a stop block. It is so helpful for repeat cut. Right, over to the workbench. We have just passed the 5th anniversary of the death of Eddie Van Halen. So my workbench, looking like the Frankenstrat guitar that he had, is quite appropriate, isn't it? We'll add to that effect later in this build when we come to the finishing touches. Here are some of the options I'm going for. So I'm going to burn a load of stuff. I am going to paint some stuff red. I'm going to paint some stuff green. I'm going to paint some stuff silver. I'm going to paint some stuff white. And I bought this can of Snow Effect spray. It's the first expenditure I've had for a little while, but we'll see what that looks like as well. Now, if you were selling these on Etsy or at craft fair, you probably would go further than the 80 grit that I'm using here on the belt sander. Plus, I'm going to burn these and then paint them or spray paint them afterwards, so I'm not worrying about going through the grits. And then we lay out bits and bobs. Just check that the tree trunks match the same width or depth as the tree itself, and we CA glue. So far, all you've had to take note of is a 15-degree cut on the miter saw, a 0-degree cut for the tree trunk, and some CA glue. And as you can see, that's pretty much done, other than applying some finishes if you want differences. Now, you know what I should have done? I should have drilled holes in the top corner of these thinner Christmas trees, put a string through it, and then I could have hung them on a Christmas tree as an ornament. There's an idea for you. Now, for the glue-ups, I want them to stay natural. But for all the others, I want a char background behind it because I think it will show up the colour. And this is me with my blowtorch, and it became very, very apparent to me that I need a new blowtorch. That was a lot of fun, but I'm not entirely sure it's safe, if I'm honest. Okay, so we've done our 15-degree cuts, we've done our 0-degree cuts, we've miter glued it up together, and we've char grilled the planks that we want to paint. We're on to the finishing section. This is me putting Leo's food safe wax on the glue up offcuts. It is food safe, it is a wonderful product, and as you'll see, once I've used the first tin, I keep a cloth in that tin so that it's the same one over and over again. That's using the old noodle, isn't it? Right, on to finishing. This is me spray painting with the silver, and this is me spray painting with the white, and this is me spray painting with the Snow Effect colour. It's not that difficult, so I'm not entirely sure what more I can show you with spraying Christmas trees. And so for my forest, we've got Leo's Natural Wax, we've got blowtorch all over the others, we've got silver spray, it's a graffiti can, we've got white spray, which is Parkside El Cheapo from Lidl, snow paint, that's a bastard to handle, green paint, red paint, And then right at the very end, I found these fence posts. Now, I'd cut them up trying to experiment whether they'd look any good for coasters during the summer. And like most of you woodworkers, can't bear to get rid of an offcut, so just put them in the offcuts bucket and found them there as I was cleaning up and thought, I'll add these in as well. What do you think? So that's day 7 of the 12 days of Christmas finished. Tomorrow we are going to make the Christmas trees that I made for my mum and my mother-in-law last year. Here's a photo of last year's ones. Let's see what we can get up to tomorrow. Come and join me if you wish, or don't. It's up to you.
Lovely. Hope you've enjoyed. See you again.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click on like. If you didn't, or you think you can tell me how to improve, please comment below. Now, I've lined up another video that I think you might like, but if you want to see more of my videos, why not subscribe? And if you change the bell notification, you'll be amongst the first to see my new stuff as it comes along. If not, hope you enjoyed. See you again. Lovely. Bye.